Hey everyone, welcome back. Today I'm going to be reviewing some really beautiful packs that I found recently. Most of these are cottagecore packs, as I do like to keep within my theme. I think the creators put so much time and effort into these packs for everybody, so I'm showcasing some of the nicer ones I found. First up, we have these really cute raccoons. I think they're so well done. I love how chunky they are. I think it's really cute. They come in so many different variants, like grey, black, brown. I think there's a snowy one. Another cute feature is that they fall asleep like these three here, and I think they're snoring. And because it is a fox overlay, they hold the same items like emeralds, rabbit feet, feathers, and the baby ones are so cute. The raccoons also have a super cute animation where they can sit. If you have a love for raccoons like I do, I think you'll really appreciate this pack. Moving on, we have a really stunning cherry blossom pack that enhances the default flower petals, adding a lot of texture and dimension. And this makes a significant difference, particularly viewed from a distance. And as much as I love the default petals, I just feel like this adds that 3D look that is otherwise lacking, and I think it really lifts up the atmosphere in the cherry blossom biome. Next up is actually a pack I created myself. While searching for painting packs, I couldn't really find anything that fit my own theme. I came across a pack by Sugarcube, which actually inspired me a lot to make my own pack. This pack is part of my cottagecore collection, but I actually do plan to make a Japanese pack as well. I will be adding more paintings each month, and all you actually have to do is go into the pack folder and rename the paintings that you want displayed. The first painting we have is a little cottage with flowers out the front. I really like this second one that has a field with white flowers. This third one has a little Tuscan villa with wildflowers in the garden. I really like lily pads, so I made a mural for that. This one on the end is very abstract. It depicts a sunset. I really enjoyed detailing the 2x2s. This first one is inspired of The Woman with the Parasol by Claude Monet. Then we have a little pond at sunset. This one is one of my favorites, the sunflowers. A little tulip bouquet. I love this little wildflower field. And finally, we have this little mushroom painting that gives a real cartoon feel. At the end of the 2x2s, we have this longer mural of a ship on a lake. Surprisingly, the 16 times were actually the hardest to paint. I really like the lily flower that sits on the lily pad. Here we have some primrose. I made these 3 cactus paintings that you can have as a set on the wall, and because I love raccoons, this is definitely my favorite. And at the end here, a little clipboard with notes. I won't take full credit for this as I was inspired by Sugarcube, but I have adjusted it to my own liking. Here we have a little menu that I think is so cute, and a little daisy field with lavender. We have a little boat mural and a little field. These taller ones are actually some of my favorites. I really had a lot of fun painting these. We have some lavender in a pot, and then little koi fish. Another beautiful pack I found recently is this flower bundle, and it upgrades all the flowers from default. And here we can see the alliums have been turned to lavender. The oxy daisies are more full, and I think that's something that's quite lacking in default. They don't really utilize the space that they're given to paint in, but I really like how the pack enhances the flowers and makes them all more full. These ones here remind me of the lupin in New Zealand, and I can definitely see it being used in my own gardens. I absolutely love the blue orchid upgrade. I think it turns it into like a bluebell type flower. I think my favorite overall though is the sunflower. I just think it's such an improvement on the default one. So that's it for this pack. Overall, I think it's a really beautiful upgrade from default, and I'll definitely be using it in my own content. This next pack is one of the most beautiful overlays I've seen. It takes the default lilies and adds so many different variations. And as you can see, it really lifts up the atmosphere in the whole pond. I really love the little group flowers that really creates height, and I like how instead of just the one lily pad in the default, it splits into 3 or 4 lily pads in the one space. I just cannot get over how beautiful it makes the pond. Overall, this pack is definitely one of the best I've found. Moving on, we have this beautiful little strawberry cake texture overlay. I love the pastel pink and the palette in general, and when you take bites out of it, the inside is really nice with the sponge cake. Honestly, this texture is a 10 out of 10 for me personally. It definitely has room to expand with other cake types as well. Next we have a pack that upgrades the crops into 3D block models. This pack is definitely one of the better crop overlay packs I've found. It adds some really beautiful features. For example, I really love the flowers added to the potato crops. I think it really elevates the farm as a whole. I really like the little melon stem. I think it's such a cute add-on. And here you can see the crops at all their different stages. Some are really mini, like these little carrots and potatoes, and the pumpkin hanging from the stem. The wheat is really well done too, especially from the distance they almost look braided. Overall, this pack is a really beautiful upgrade from the default farms, and I just think it's really well painted. This next pack has adorable little plushies, and each plushie is a different mob with different variations. This pack takes the carved pumpkin texture and it turns them into 3D block models. You can either wear them as a hat like this, or another really cool feature is that you can actually put the plushie in an item frame and then use an invisible item frame pack. This allows you to place them inside of your house as props or on the side of blocks like this. My personal favourite is probably the panda or the rabbit. I also really love the axolotl and the little bee. This pack is so adorable, and I love being able to wear cuter hats in the game. Here's another pack I found where it replaces the default vines for creeping ivy vines. I love how full this retexture makes the vines, and I think it's such a pretty option to have. I can definitely see myself using this in my own gardens. This last pack is absolutely beautiful, enhancing much of the greenery and adding some really nice features. This pack upgrades the biomes by adding leaf overlays and other little details like small cut branches and these really cute little flowers on the leaf overlays. I really love the birch biome, and the desaturation is really pretty to me. The leaf overlay in this biome is exceptionally well done and it blends really seamlessly with the leaves. The other biome that really stood out to me is this cherry grove biome, especially the sections that cascade down. They're so beautiful and they remind me of little flower chains. There are also these pink petal details that are randomized, so for every couple you place, one turns into a raised texture. I think this is really pretty. Just look at the difference between the default and the pack. I feel like the blossom petals just completely transform the entire biome. This overlay introduces some really cool dead coral variants. I thought it was really smart how they use the dead coral since these blocks aren't really often utilized. And this range of plants for the underwater biome is a really nice addition. I especially like the reeds, as I think they'd look really good lining the edge of a pond, along with these little palm plants. This texture reminds me of algae that sits on the top of ponds. This would be a really cool add-on to a swampy style pond. This pack also introduces stunning sunflowers that can reach up to 3 blocks high. I've never seen a pack that makes sunflowers this tall before, and I think it looks really cool. I really like the idea of walking through a sunflower field that's just higher than me. These tulip replacements are really nice. Each time you place one, its colour slightly varies depending on its location. The cactus overlays are also very detailed, adding a lot of dimension to the texture. Another standout feature for me is the cool moss textures that cover the sides of blocks you place them on. These additions require either Optifine or sodium to view them properly. This might be my favourite texture from the pack. It enhances the original spore blossom beautifully, making it much thicker and more vibrant. Overall, this pack is really beautiful, and it just adds so many different variants of plants and greenery to the game. I hope you found some new packs from these 10 that you can use in your own gameplay, and make sure to like and subscribe to see more content like this in the future. I really enjoy making these videos for you all. Thank you for watching.